Do, 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 do. Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Live. It is Tuesday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is time for Coffee with Eddie. Yes, that's me. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Hello, Instagram. Hello, Facebook. Hello, everyone. Good morning. I pray that all things are good and well with you, physically, mentally, good, and be well. Check this out. This is the mug that I have today. Look at what it says. I just happened to grab it and look at that. Life begins at the end of your comfort zone. So this right here totally talks to me because boy, I was getting comfortable. I was. Um, and all this stuff shaking up my world. And you know what? I'm sure I'm not alone, right? Everybody out there is very uncomfortable, right? Someone gave me a like here. Yep, I know. So guess what I'm going to talk about today? uh, Not staying in your comfort zone. But check this out. This is today I want to actually kind of bring this to your attention. Let you know some things that are going on that are happening, and it all started because last week I had a conversation with Joey, and Joey and I we were always talking, and the conversation went about the current situation, right? And how the lifestyle that we knew as we know it, like the previous lifestyle of of how business was run and how people were shopping and how people were communicating, that it's gone. It's actually gone. And we started talking about how the world is just not going to be the same again. And I want to bring that to you today because yesterday, if you saw my live, I talked about finding out your talent and your expertise. Like what can you be an expert at? But knowing your talent and your expertise may not be enough. Okay, because I started thinking, well, okay, worst case scenario here, this thing that's happening in the world is not going away anytime soon. Worst case. Soon, I'm talking about months, okay? I don't know, maybe years. Worst case, right? So what's going to happen to those people who rely on a very specific type of expertise, right? Very specific things that they've learned and that they do and they've done their lives. What about them? So all I can think about right now is, for example, I think the easiest example is the restaurants. Okay, so I don't know every single restaurant out there that is doing drive-through. I don't know. However, I do know this, that Amazon positioned themselves practically for this virtual world that we're moving into, right? They bought Whole Foods, and so now you could order from Amazon, and you can pick it up at Whole Foods, or they can deliver it to you digital. Okay. Who else positioned themselves to do this? Oh, so Publix, right? There was Instacart. That was a separate company, and somehow I guess they got with Publix, and now they're one. They were prepared for this, right? They were prepared. Hello, good morning, Lillian. Good morning. So they were prepared for this. They were actually, you can again order online, go digital. You don't have to even go shopping physically, go in there and shop. Okay. And Walmart did the same thing. So why am I saying all this? Okay. Well, if you find yourself with a specific talent and a specific expertise, right? You may want to consider now, how can you take what you know and who you are online. Because here's what's going to happen: things, as we know it, our world may not ever be the same. And personally, this is my own opinion. Okay, I'm not a conspiracy type of guy. I don't do that stuff. Okay, I like to know facts and I like to be in the present moment. But this is what I believe. Okay, I believe what's happening now. I mean, if you really look at history, think about it. Bitcoin, online marketing, online business. Uh, like I told you, digital ordering for of your food and products and stuff like that, right? What else? I mean, you can buy practically anything online with apps nowadays, and there is something that is pushing us to do more of that because what has just happened? Everyone is scrambling to get online, to use social media, to use Zoom, right? To actually speak with people, connect with people. Companies are sending people home so they can work from home. Listen, I started working from home, remote work, right? I'm talking about the big companies. I started doing that since 2012. Okay, so this is not new to me. However, to many people it is. So what am I saying? Why am I saying this? Or what am I trying to say here? Is basically, I believe this movement, this situation is a movement to get everybody online. I don't know. I'm just saying, okay? I don't know. Like I told you, I don't want to sound conspiracy kind of type of person, but I just see what I see. And again, maybe not in maybe it's I'm totally wrong, but again, I see the little things, right? I start to put the connect the dots. So how does that affect you and how does it affect the world basically? Well, first of all, you used to hear this before. Remember, we used to hear how the world has shrank or has basically is smaller now because we're all interconnected through the internet. You've heard that before. Okay, so what's going to happen now? Well, if we're going all virtual, we may want to have a plan on how to actually live a virtual world, right? So that's what I was thinking. I wanted to bring that to your attention because really, mm, I mean, even I remember shopping for coffee. Okay, the memberships. There's memberships that you can get different coffees from different countries. Okay, and different roast and you know everything is okay. Oh, here's another example. Check this out. I knew about Instacart. I knew about ordering through the app, right? Hey, what's up, Michael? Good to see you, buddy. Hope all is well with you. But I hold on. Let me. Oh, here we go. So I knew about Instacart. I knew about ordering through the app online, and I knew about all these other apps that you can basically grocery shop. Okay, I knew about that years ago. I just never chose to do that. I like people, I like hanging out with people, I like to connect and engage with people, so I wouldn't want to do that. Like I thought about this is what this was my process. I thought, oh my goodness, this is actually antisocial. Why would I want to do that? Why I want to go to Publix? That's my favorite place. I want to go to Publix, say hi to everybody that knows me. I want to do, shake hands and high five, and I do, by the way. Like seriously, I one of my buddies came down to visit me, and he went to Publix with me, and he was surprised that everybody knew my name, or at least the people that saw me. So, but that's what I wanted to do. Okay, well, guess what now? I was now pushed into using the app. My first experience with the app was not the best one. I'm like, well, I mean, I have no choice, right? I've got to use the app because we have to stay home, all that good stuff that's happening, right? Not good stuff, but bad stuff, but you know what I'm saying. So I was forced because of the situation to use the app. What happened now? It's been 2 weeks. Actually, this was my third week now. Okay, using the app. What do you think is happening? I'm being trained to use the app. And do you know what? I'll be real with you. I like it. I like it. Just yesterday, I went to pick up my groceries. And I went to two places because, of course, right, there's not enough food everywhere, so I had to go to two places, Walmart and Publix. And yesterday was actually a great experience for me. Early in the morning, go to Walmart, it's a drive through. People just came out, put them in the truck. I mean, it was really smooth. And then with Publix, again, same thing. There was a lot of people waiting for the stuff. And somehow I go in there at the right time, parked, dude comes out, puts the stuff in the truck, in my car, and I go. Listen, I like it because it saves. So I order, I go pick it up. It's about a 10-minute drive, 15-minute back and forth, and I'm done to compare to before. So you see what I'm saying, right? Again, I believe that what's happening in this world right now is that we are being pushed to go online, to go internet. I was going to say intergalactic. Yeah, like Star Trek, right? Practically. Eventually, I'm sure we will. All right, Steve says, I love your unproduced honesty. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. And that's how I am. And sometimes I do my best to just be really honest in love. um, so basically, okay. So where was I? Before I was reading Steve's here. So basically what's happening again is we have to be prepared. And I'm going to give you just a couple of ideas for you to start thinking about. And what I'm going to do is, since I thought of this and since I'm talking about it right now, and the more I talk about it, the more it's starting, my wheels are starting to turn now. Because I've worked from home, obviously my home office for since 2012, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Wow, like over 7 years. Okay, cool. Because I've been doing this for about 7 years plus, for me, it's a lifestyle. It wasn't easy to begin with, but it's a lifestyle. But I do have to understand one thing, that many of you out there, this is the first time you're doing this. This is the first time you're working from home. This is the first time you're maybe using apps. This is the first time maybe possibly that you're being pushed now to go and create that online business that you've been wanting to do, or to sell things online, or to do a lot of things online. So here's a couple of things that you want to do. Number one, make sure that at least your talent, who you are, right? Your personality, your superpower, okay? Your superpower inside. And yesterday I gave you some ideas on where to go and find that out, or start thinking about it. Because why is that important? Because, Steve, you just said it, okay? Steve said he loves my unproduced honesty, okay? This, how do you say? In this time, this season of our lives, in this world that we're living in, honesty, the personal touch and engagement is more important than ever before. But we have a little obstacle. This right here. That. Okay? That. There is a computer, there is equipment, there's technology between me and you. So you need to make sure you understand who you are. There are people like myself who are extroverts. There are people like Joey, for example. All right, they're introverts. There are people in between, right? But you need to understand who you are first. So that's number one. Number two, look at your talents. You go back to all the years that you've done whatever it is that you've done, whether you've run a business, whether you have worked for a company, whatever you've done, look at the talents, excuse me, at the talents, the expertise, the techniques, the things that you do and that you do well. And basically have an inventory of the things that you've done for the past few years. And then once you have that inventory put together, look at the whole community, meaning in your world, right? Or right now, since we have live things going on, find out how can what you know, what you've learned, your experience, how can you help the community? Okay, so three things. Again, number one, find out what's your talent, what's your superpower, who you really are, your personality, why you do the things that you do. And again, you can check out my the video that I did yesterday. There are some tests that you can start taking, personality tests, but they help you to start seeing who you are. Number two, take inventory of everything that you've done in your life till this day, all the things that you've learned. If you ran a business, the things that you've learned there. If you work for a company, what have you learned? What are you good at? Okay, so those are the things that you want to do. And number three, you're gonna have to. How can you position yourself with who you are and what you know? How can you help out the community? The I don't want to say the world because it depends, what you're good at, and but you have to look at the market, right? The community right now. How can you help? How can you serve with who you are and what you know? All right, that's the beginning. Okay, there's a lot of technical things. I'm not going to get into it that you'll want to have, and I like to my brain goes through processes. Okay, I like to start things right. I like to get started the right way. I'm not saying I like to get started and make things perfect. No, just the right way, because I feel like when you start the right way, you won't have to come back again to fix what you started. You can start right and fix it as you go, but not have to come back. And so that's your first step, okay? Cool. Awesome. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Michael, Lillian, everybody who was here live. And thank you so much if you're watching this recording. Now, today is a short one just because, I had that in my heart. And I think we need to look at this now that I feel that people have passed that panic mode, I think, hopefully. But once you pass that stage, you're going to have to just come back to earth, come back to reality, center yourself, take a look at the facts, and see what it is that what opportunities you now have around you, and use them to do good. So again, my heart and my abilities and all my experience, that I've known, I'll share with you. I'll continue to do that every single day. But my heart to do this daily, Coffee with Eddie, is, well, to encourage you, to motivate you, to be a little bit of hope, to give you a little bit of hope and some education, so you can go in your path, in your direction that you were meant to be and to do. You've been created for something, friend. This is no coincidence that you're watching me. This is no coincidence that we have this opportunity here, this live streaming. It's no coincidence that you showed up and you watched this, or you're now watching the recording. There's a reason. So let's do this together. Let's go through this together, through it, and come out successful, right? Happy, joyful, because we're helping. And when you help others, things will happen to you, right? Good things come back to you. All right, guys. So I'll see you tomorrow again, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Pacific, 7 a.m. Pacific. Every single day, Monday through Friday, I am here with my new show. Well, my second season of Coffee with Eddie. And by the way, today's message, it all started because of this. we're gonna have to get away from our comfort zone. So tomorrow we'll move in and let me figure out some of the things that you guys may need and bring any questions that you may have. Steve, I'll get with you. I saw that you wrote a question here, so I'll get with you, no problem. All right, guys, have a good one. Peace.